Hello everyone, this is going to be saved, so I'm saying hi now and I'm going to let some of you guys come in on here. My glasses have a huge glare. I'm going to take those bad boys off. How is everybody doing on this Friday afternoon? Hello, Annie. I love seeing you guys all come in here. All of you guys are coming in here. Well, hello. Oh, and Product Club is in here. Okay. So today, you guys, I'm going to be talking about my favorite Product Club tools. And if you have any questions, Product Club is in the comments right now so they can answer any of your questions. So I teach this in almost every class I go to. It's the tools we use. Because with tools, like when you're cooking, are you going to use a butter knife to cut a steak? You're not. So the same thing goes for when we are doing hair color. It used to be we had Reynolds foils that we would tear, and you had those hard brushes. Now we have so many techniques that are requested from us, so having the proper tools to use is ideal. So let's get into it. Okay, so first up is making sure you have a consistent color. So when you're coloring somebody's hair and you're going from front hairline to back hairline and you're having to remix, do not eyeball your color. I used to do that because you have on the side of the tubes, it shows the ounces, and then you use the beaker and then you can color it. That is not going to give you consistent results whatsoever. So I like to use my Product Club scale. And with this scale, it is very, very precise. One thing I love about it too is how many times have you had your scale's battery go dead in the middle of a work day and you're like, I don't have any batteries here. With Product Club, their new scales, they have a little plug for it, and I keep the plug at home because I film from home too, so I never have to worry about ever running out of batteries. So weigh your color, you guys, because their scale is amazing, isn't it, Jenny? Weigh your color. That's how you're gonna get consistent results, and that's what our clients come to you for, because they don't want to have a beautiful color once and then they come in again and it's not the same. Scale is going to be your best friend, and it's also going to be beneficial to you not wasting any color. If you're working with lightener, very important. If you're doing hand paint or foils, you want to have the proper consistency, and you don't want to have too strong of a lightener inside your foils. So making sure you're mixing that 1 to 2 or whatever is required for that mixing ratio. All right, next up is we have foils. This is a big one. I remember as an assistant, it was like the thing I had to do, and I dread it. Even in beauty school, we had to rip foils, like the Reynolds foils, ripping and ripping and ripping and ripping and ripping. So the downside to that is I say, let's use food wrapping for food and then color wrapping for color, because you know we use film for balayage, so don't use plastic wrap like that. We use balayage film. And for foils, we're not going to use Reynolds wrap. And there's a big difference between food foil and your professional foil. So one of the biggest things is having the pop-up foil. The pop-up foil is going to cut down your time. Instead of having to sit there and chase around your foils and get those foils, having your pop-up foil is going to allow you to be able to just grab and go with your foil, which is really, really convenient for you. The next thing up is, let me pull one of these guys out. I just opened up a new one. Okay, so when we're looking at our foils, can you guys see that texture on there? That texture is what is going to allow, when you apply color onto the hair, it's gonna kind of like stick. It's gonna help grip it. It's not gonna be slippery and slip off like your Reynolds foil. You know, it's slick. It's gonna slip, and so making sure you have a foil that has that texture is super, super important. The other thing that I like too is I will foil with a comb, like, you know, when you put your comb underneath. I don't have my comb over here. You put underneath and flap it, or you don't have to. So it has the nice little spot where you can slide your comb into, or you can just literally slide the foil up into it. The next perk to professional foils versus food foils is the fold. It was like a nightmare using Reynolds, and you're trying to fold it and it just like, it's not folding right. So with these guys having an automatic fold, it's gonna make your life so much easier. And I used to wonder why the fold is like this. So see how there's some up above here on the lip? That's because that lip right here is gonna go over your comb. And it's gonna make it a cute little pocket foil. So with the foils, you're gonna see different sizes. Hey, girlfriend. Ah, I love everyone's coming in. Okay, so you're gonna see different sizes for foils. So we have your traditional foils. This is for if you're doing teasy lights, if you're doing any sort of like foiling work on, I would say, anyone with my length of hair. If you're needing to get in there and you're really needing to get some coverage, you have a lot of hair, color correction, I'm not going to use a smaller foil. When I'm needing to work with speed, it's these guys. These are the big daddies, and these ones make all the difference with color corrections. When I have girls with hair for days, these guys allow so much coverage when I'm doing my foiling work. So make sure you have the right foil size. There's another foil size, I don't have it out, but Product Club also has a smaller foil. I can actually grab it. Let me grab it because it's right over here. Hold on. Ooh. So they have this one right here. So this foil is a smaller foil. This foil is great for pixie, shorter hair, because a bigger foil like this to this, it's gonna slip out of the hair as you're trying to do your foil work. When you're going to foil, look at the length of the hair you're working on and grab the foil that's appropriate. That way you can cut down time on that. And you know, foils are pretty, and they also have rose gold foils out. They have all sorts of pretty foils that I love. Then we have color bowls. So color bowls are very important in a sense of when I'm working with multiple colors. So say I have a root color and a mids and end color, maybe I have a stronger lightener or a weaker lightener. What am I gonna do? I am gonna color code them with my bowls. So like if I'm working with a bright color, it's gonna go in the white bowl. If I'm working with a darker color, it's gonna go in one of these two. When I have a weak, like I'm working with say a 10 volume lightener versus a 30 volume lightener, I will use the brighter to represent brighter, and then I'll use the darker to represent it's softer. So color coding my bowls is essential, and also having a bowl that can really hold quite a bit and it has the grip on the bottom so that bowl is not running around your tray. So next time you guys are mixing up multiple colors, color code them with your bowls. I actually, I was filming, working on a, was it a wig? I was working on a wig and I forgot to color code my bowls, and I put the mid color on the root and the root on the mid on a wig. So this is my tip that it's like foolproof. It's what I stick to. Then lastly is gonna be clips. So you're gonna see a couple of different clips these days. You have this guy, which I say is like what I color with. Then you have this guy, which is the no slip grip. The difference is this guy, it's gonna hold a bunch of hair. So when you're taking hair, you're twisting it and you're putting it up, you can clip very easily. The difference with this guy, I like this one for if I'm needing to hold up a foil. If I'm working on the side and I'm coming up and I need a small, lighter clip, I'm not going to use this clip that has the teeth on it, because if I apply that clip on my foils, I am so nervous that it's going to puncture, it's going to pull, it's going to do stuff that I don't want it to do. So when I'm just clipping hair, I'm using this guy. When I'm wanting to clip foils all the way, even balayage film, those baby hairs, when I'm like hand painting, I'll take this guy and I clip it right up here and it's not gonna slip. These guys are also great for dry cutting. So those are my favorite go-to clips. I just went through a lot, but I just wanted to hop on here, you guys. I wanna do more of these talking about like tools and products and everything we're using, because there's so much expected of us these days, and working with the right tools, working with the right products is going to make such a difference for you behind the chair. Working smarter, not harder. I know that sometimes going to Sam's Club and getting those Reynolds foils are more cost efficient, but when you break it down and you get professional foils for hair, you're going to see the big difference in your work. And I think our clients appreciate it too when they see professional foils going on their head versus foils for food. I love this. Thank you for all the amazing tips. Thank you, Hair by Jenny. Thank you everyone for coming in, and I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday. I'll be on here again doing another live talking about some rust color, the express colors. So have a beautiful day, guys.